Hi Jeremy, welcome to Moja Sports. How did you find the race today? This was comeback 5,000 at Battersea Park. How did you find the race today?
Well, thanks for having me. It was pretty tough. It went out very fast and it was very, very warm, so it was a hard one, but I'm happy with how it went.
Yeah, have you done any training probably in this kind of weather? Have you been?
No, I don't really like the heat very much, so I was a bit worried when I saw how warm it was going to be. I definitely find it quite tough.
Okay, and how is training going on?
Training's good. I've been logging good weeks, good sessions, good runs. I think this is my first 5k since last year, so it's always going to be an interesting one. And I've also just been on holiday in America. I raced the Stanford Invite of the 1500 metres out there, so I'm sort of trying to juggle a bit of speed work with a bit of distance work of starting the season, laying some markers down. But it's been good.
Are we likely to see you in some 500 metre races later in the season?
5,000?
5,000.
I think so. I think I'm looking at Bucks 5,000. Not set in stone yet, but I'll give it a go. I think it'd be really nice to run a good PB in the 5,000. So yeah, I think later on you'll still see me about.
Yeah. Okay. How's training going on? I know your previous coach retired. You have moved on to a new setup. How is training going on? How's the setup going on and everything?
Yeah. So George Harrison always trained me, brought me through the juniors, but he's now taking some well-earned rests, and I'm now with Philip O'Dell at Cambridge. I really like the setup. It's a university group, and we all work quite hard outside of training. So we train when we can, and we fit the training in around our work, and I think it works pretty well. I like Phil's philosophy. He likes strength. He likes hard efforts, and he doesn't really like to hang about. So that's definitely what I like as well.
Yeah. What does it involve, for example, in terms of training? Let's keep to training.
Keep to training.
A week's training for Jeremy. What does it involve?
Generally, I session Tuesday and Saturday. Sometimes some work on a Thursday, but that depends on how I'm doing. Easy Monday and Wednesday, and then I'm quite a fan of a proper long run on a Sunday. So I'll do 16, maybe 17 miles, quite not hard, but not easy. Sub 6 minute mile tempo normally. I personally enjoy that quite a lot. I think there's a lot to be gained from that, and it's good fun. My sessions, it's normally a Tuesday track session. Saturday could be a bit longer, could be a bit shorter. It really depends on what Phil's feeling. I sort of mix and match. I've done some long reps. So recently I've been doing some sort of more like mile reps, 2k reps, but we normally keep the speed in there as well. So at the end of the sessions there might be a few fast 200s, maybe a fast 400, just so you keep the leg turning over, keep myself sharp for racing.
Yeah, now I want to just get some perspective from you, from your own experience. Studies and running. How do you balance this from being a good junior? You have been competing all through your studies. So how do you manage studies, or what effect does studies have on your training?
I think it just means you have to be a bit more careful about what you do and when you do it. Personally, I've always known that I can peak for certain times, but I'm just going to have to accept that also quite a lot of the time I'll have to focus on other things. So you've just got to have the long game in mind, I think. At university, I study medicine, and I can, particularly now I'm in the clinical school, I can work my training a bit better around it. But in my first few years, it was a lot of intensity in terms of the studies. And you just got to accept that some days you're going to be tired, some days you're going to have to take an easy day, take a day off, and just be a bit more relaxed about the whole approach. I have a good group who understands that as well. So we all work together to try and fit things in, I think, and that's the key. You just got to be a bit more relaxed. You can definitely do it. I really believe that you can study hard, you can do high level academics, you can do high level work, and you can still perform on the track and on the cross country around that. You just have to accept that sometimes you have to take one easy.
Yeah. Well, in terms of athletics, where do you see yourself in the next few years?
That's a good question. I've got a few more years at university, and then junior doctor years. It really depends. I still see myself running and running well, I hope. I'm really keen to set quite a few PBs this year, set some good markers, and hopefully keep progressing. Who knows where I see myself? Probably still, maybe a 5k runner by then, but who knows? But as I say, I firmly believe that you can do both, so I'm very keen to keep progressing. I'd love to hit some good markers this year and next year, sub 14, sub 8 for the 3, sub 340. Those are my goals, really. Yeah.
Yeah. What are your experiences from being a junior athlete, very good junior athlete, and trying to break into being a junior? A very good senior athlete. In athletics time, you're still a junior, but what are your experiences from being a junior to trying to break into the senior ranks?
That's a good question. I think doing well at juniors, it helps you and it doesn't help you. It's given me a good understanding of what high-level sport is. It's given me great experience at some international competition, at high-level training, and I've learnt from the good seniors around me, I think. And it's definitely given me that drive to keep succeeding. I think on the flip side, coming in from juniors to seniors was a big transition, realising that there's a lot of very good, very fast people out there who I hadn't necessarily particularly heard of when I was a junior, who, very comfortably beat me. You've got to keep a level head and know there's a long game. I'm 22, I'm still pretty young, I think I've got years left, so it's all about progression. So I think being a junior definitely gave me a love for the sport, it gave me great experiences and a great understanding of what high-level sport is, but it's just about keeping that knowledge and realising that it's a long game as I progress into the seniors.
Yeah, okay. Is there any athlete you look up to?
That's a good question. I'm a big fan on the international stage. I'm a big fan of On Running and their team. I really enjoy their YouTube content, and I think I have a lot of respect for the way they have some fun, but they turn up. They do really strong sessions. They race hard, and they generally put out a good image, in my opinion. More locally, there's tons of guys about. My own training group. I get a lot of motivation from watching the guys I run with run really fast. So in Cambridge, I train with some 800 metre runners, and some 5k runners, and seeing them run well really makes me want to run well as well. It's great to see the group doing it. Yeah.
What's your interest in cycling?
In cycling? Well, that's a good question. My dad always liked cycling, and I do a bit of cycling now and then. When I was injured last year, I did a lot of cycling. I sort of decided to take cycling pretty hard, and I had a 6-week build up into cycling 100 miles fast and doing some solo time trials and things like this. I think it's a fun sport. I think it's good to get the cardio, and it's nice to keep yourself off the feet. But obviously, running's my real love.
A lot of cross training?
Not particularly, actually. That's a good point. I know some of my group do quite a bit of work on the bike. I don't do that much cross training really. Sometimes I cycle, but I really I keep a fairly low mileage, but with good intensity. I look after myself. I do the conditioning in the gym, and off that, I don't really feel like I need too much cross training. But I'm always open. It's always open to debate, isn't it?
Are you a football fan?
Not really, to be honest with you. Never really followed it, which is a bit embarrassing. I used to play hockey when I was younger. I stopped when I was 15, and I started taking running a bit more seriously. So yeah, but don't hate me for that.
Yeah. Okay. What is your favourite food?
What's my favourite food? Always pasta. It's a bit boring, but I smash the carbs all the time. Best I can do. But I like. Controversially, I think I make quite a nice mackerel pasta, and I think that's very tasty.
Yeah, okay. And holiday destination, where is your favourite holiday?
Wow.
If you had to choose
Well,
one
I just went to California for a bit of a holiday, raced the Stanford Invite as well, and I had an amazing time there. Great time with some great guys. That was like nothing I've ever done before, really. I haven't been to that many places, so if anyone has any suggestions, then let me know.
Yeah, okay. Thank you for talking to Moja Sports, Jeremy.
Thank you so
And
much.
Hope to see you in one of the other races.
Yeah, of course.
So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time.